smoke clears the air. I'm the only one standing. The darkness lurks. There lies the freedom in front of me. So I will start on this day. The rise of kingdoms to come, and we will no longer be named by the weather above. So rain down all you want, but our power is in the sun. And when our planets do align, our nation will become victorious.
Let it be, all that weakness, rest in peace. I learned about the recipe when I was younger, recklessly. Now I'm chasing the glory, gonna be fine. Working so hard, matter of time. Never give up, how we define. Taking my chances, breaking a climb. I'ma show them how it's done. On the top level we run. For Osiris, for my son. We show up and pack a punch. This is war, we step up, we gon' never fold. This is legacy, they gon' know me when I go.
So rain down all you want, but our power is in the sun. And when our plans do align, our nation will become victorious. Swords where you stand and spit upon the ground. But when those horns sound off, pray to the Lord, you've been righteous now. I say rain down all you want, but our power is in the sun. And when our planets do align, our nation will become victorious.
This is war, we don't stop, what's in store, where we start, we deploy. They don't wanna see us win, so we gon' show them all the voice. To the top, we enjoy, when my partners don't avoid. Want the glory, silence noise, here for life, made a choice.
The smoke clears the air. I'm the only one standing. The darkness lurks. There lies the freedom in front of me. So I will start on this day. The rise of kingdoms to come, and we will no longer be named by the weather above. So rain down all you want, but our power is in the sun. And when our planets do align, our nation will become victorious.
Let it be, all that weakness, rest in peace. I learned about the recipe when I was younger, recklessly. Now I'm chasing the glory, gonna be fine. Working so hard, matter of time. Never give up, how we define. Taking my chances, breaking a...
Wake up, sundown, Creatures and gods around, beware, prepare, it's dangerous, they'll linger in the dark. Climb from below, temples and tombs will fall down. Explore the realms, what is meant to be, take it all. Obey, hear the voice of God, and the best come to your sacred land. Make way to the afterlife, what was once your palace, now your grave. Awaken your soul, dive and devour the Red Sea. Take control and drown the enemies across the vast wild desert. Move your feet along to the rhythm of the sand. Rise and sharpen up your spear. Aim your bow, make them bow down in fear. Chaos and new beginnings. Find your destiny in the metric and the omen of the mind.
Hey, to have peace, yes, Lord, there must be strife. I already see the end of life. I accepted death, my eyes are open. I read and told them there's a light. Eternal life awaits me, yes. No one can dare deny me. Yeah. I gladly give my life for my people. Can my kingdom point the way? That's a small price to pay. To God to pray every day. To the promised land, I understand the higher the highest height and the lower the lowest depths. I'm not afraid of my last breath. Life ain't nothing but a test. May the gods only know what's next.
Alarms, hear the voice of God, and the best come to your sacred land. Make way to the afterlife, what was once your palace, now your grave. Awaken your soul, dive and devour the Red Sea. Take control and drown the enemies across the vast wild desert. Move your feet along to the rhythm of the sand. Rise and sharpen up your spear. Aim your bow, make them bow down in fear. Chaos and new beginnings. Find your destiny in the metric and the omen of the mind.
My eyes are open, eternal morning. The crown is golden. I have been chosen. My eyes are open, eternal morning. The crown is golden. I have been chosen.
Awaken your soul, dive and devour the Red Sea. Take control and drown the enemies across the vast wild desert. Move your feet along to the rhythm of the sand. Rise and sharpen up your spear. Aim your bow, make them bow down in fear. Chaos and new beginnings. Find your destiny in the metric and the omen of the mind.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to round 2 of the Osiris League Season 7 playoffs. You've joined us on the official Rise of Kingdoms channel. My name's Dragothi, and I'll be your host for today's festivities. We've got a banger today. I'm really looking forward to bringing this one to you. Last week, I got the chance to cast the realm of Bastet, which was very, very fun. Got to see some new teams coming up and showing some new different strategies. This week, I get the privilege to host two of the OGs inside of the Rise of Kingdoms community. We have JST from Kingdom 365, which is where I'm at. And we also have 93T. I used to be there as well, from Kingdom 93. These are the Tigers of 93. We're going to have a very strong matchup today. We have two solid teams that have made their way to the finals. This is match 2. So last week we did see JST face off against 93T, and it was only about a 3,000 point match. It was very, very close. I'm expecting that same kind of excitement and same kind of game to be unfolding for us today in front of your very eyes, live-ish. We are on a 12-minute delay. In front of you, we're going to be having round 2. Now, again, whoever wins this match dictates what happens next week, right? We have JST already with 1 win in the win column. If they win this week, they are the champions of the realm of Horus. If 93T wins today, we have a game 3 runoff where winner takes all next week. And that will be very, very anticipated if that's the way this match plays out. Now, again, we have 4 realms playing today, and we have 3 live casters casting on this channel. We have Realm of Bastet and Realm of Sobek being played, as well as this match. Chiscool's the host of one of those, and then Plato from Plato Gaming is also the host of another one of those. But I get the pleasure to bring you the Realm of Horus today. I'm really excited to bring this match to you because, again, this one's going to be one where I think that we're going to see quite a bit of activity across the board here as we see the matchup unfold and the strategies take place. Now, JST is a prior season winner, right? Season 4, they won the championship for Osiris League. So they're very familiar with what this looks like. 93T has been in the playoffs year after year after year, but have never made it to the finals. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if they're able to dethrone the prior season champion, or if they're going to, again, make it to the finals, but then not quite make it and get it done. So I think both teams have an equal chance of winning this next match. And again, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and let's see what this match is going to look like as we go forward. All right, so as you see, we have the Temple of Osiris dead center in the middle. The votes are relatively even as well, although, again, JST does have a slight advantage when it comes to the betting odds, people putting their money on JST to win this matchup, but it's very close, roughly 65 to 35% when it comes to people putting their coins to say who's going to win this matchup. We have JST here in blue, porting in right now. We have 27. This is all 30 players are on the map currently. Let's go ahead and go down to the red team, 93T. We have the same exact thing. All 30 are ready. Both of these teams are ready to rock and roll. And I definitely am looking forward to this matchup unfolding. We have a minute left until it kicks off. We've seen some strategies deployed from both teams that are not the norm, but we do also see the tried and true Desert Altar attacks. We see the strong mid play at the altar for the Ark of Osiris. We're looking to see maybe 2 or 3 arcs, I'd like to say, here for this matchup. And again, all of these players are seasoned. A lot of these players have been in these finals before. Some of them have not, but at least both of them have that one game of experience from last week. 27 seconds. I'm interested to see a few things here. So I want to see if there's any kind of outpost play at the very beginning. I know that's been a little bit of a normal strategy for some folks that are starting to come up into the later rounds of the Osiris League playoff system. And then I've also seen teams just completely ignore it and really just go hard focus on the Desert Altar on the top lane and the Desert Altar on the bottom lane. Let's check the gates as they open out. Make sure we see both T1 marches come out. Here's a T1 right there. And that's T4, but it looks like it's going to likely be the one that gets the quickest run. Yeah, no T1 on the bottom side. Maybe that's because it's the closest to it. And it's not really necessary, although it is a little bit faster, I would think. Maybe by 4 or 5 seconds. Let's check the red team here. We do have T1 from player Ralph from 93T. And then this guy right here with the double C lead primary, T1. Bringing his double C lead over to the obelisk to capture it quickly. Hidden sentry being placed across the map. I do see JST placing their hidden sentry here to see what the reinforcements look like as they come into the Desert Altar area. JST will likely be congregating right in this area here as they look to defend their Desert Altar on the top lane. And then conversely, again, we do see the Desert Altar on the bottom lane with the same exact placement for 93T on the bottom lane, checking to see what the reinforcements look like for JST coming in to try and attack this Desert Altar. Now, I also look to see both teams try and take these Shrines of Life. Again, remember, Shrine of Life has a different buff set than it used to have. It now has a 5% health and a 5% march speed bonus. That is critical in Osiris League playoffs. I'd look to see Henny and Coke or Cinny here try and take this outpost on the way. It would probably be the best case scenario, but looks like there'll be a little bit of a delay. In fact, a 20-second delay if they don't tap it. VJK over here with the Guan coming in hot to get this outpost. I think one of those players should have grabbed it and moved on. We do see some lines coming very heavily across from the red team, 93T, looking to maybe address some outposts here. I think that that's probably likely the play. not as heavy as maybe it was before, but still rallies coming out as well. In fact, 14 rallies are currently on the map. We have 7 on each side. That is incredible. That's a lot of rallies coming out very, very quickly. I'd assume that 3 of those are going to be coming. They sure are. Here comes 1, 2, and 3 from JST as well. So they're going to be crossing the middle here. Rallies high-fiving each other as they go by, along with some open field marches as well, looking to harass the outposts as we start to look at possibly getting some major action over here at the desert altar for both teams here. JST starting to arrive in force at their desert altar on the top lane. 93T with a couple stragglers coming in hot early. Also a rally coming into the obelisk, which again I think JST is mirroring. In fact, there it is right there. Let's check this one. It looks like this one's going to arrive a little more quickly than the JST rally by just a smidge. Let's see if they break this and try and do a little bit of a sideswipe maneuver here. Open field. It's only 1.5 million troops. That's about 5 or so marches, maybe 4 plus maybe an almost full march. We do see Popo coming in here hot with a Nevsky primary, likely Justinian secondary, and that's exactly what it is. But this is going to be a little bit squishy. Looks like JST Cal here is going to go ahead and swarm this down to protect this obelisk. Now, if the obelisk isn't full, this could do a lot of damage, but if it is full, Nevsky and Justinian still do quite a bit of damage to that obelisk. Looks like JST did the exact same thing, started to hit it, and also 93T doing a great job swarming it with 2 players worth of marches instead of just the 1. So this will go down very quickly, the Jan garrison holding firm. Let's also take a quick peek again. Again, it's a lot more even than you would think. Again, a solo cav rally getting swarmed down traditionally goes down very quickly, but the combo of Nevsky with Justinian does do very, very strong work, and it does a lot of damage. Now, we do see 93T, speaking of damage, coming in and trying to swarm the JST horde here. I do believe I saw more 93T being on the field here than JST, which is kind of surprising. I do see some marches coming down here as well. 93T canceled their rally. Oh, no. This is going to be a pain in the butt. They're blocking. This is a great move. Instead of letting it die to get your troops back faster, which is also a solid move, 93T decided to cancel their rally, and they're placing players in where traditionally people would be porting in for JST. So that's actually a pretty solid move. Does JST do the same thing? They do not. And full port-ins are happening for 93T on the bottom lane. JST missing this area here. They're going to have to clear this out as this fight here unfolds. JST is going back with sad faces pretty consistently here. 93T holding firm with 5 seconds remaining until these buildings unlock. This one down here really quickly. JST looks to be doing the same thing, a strong push. It's likely still going to be 2 and 2, but it's going to be 2 for each opponent's teams getting the 4 bases. Now, this is interesting. Nobody here to capture the Sky Altar for 93T. That's a little bit of a delay, and that's going to give JST a chance to move down here and possibly contend for holding this area a little bit more firmly than they probably should. 93T holding with a Zenobia in the forward garrison. That's a very strong garrison for a forward garrison, because it's going to give you the chance to maybe put YSS behind it and give you multiple troop types being able to come in here and hold. 93T basically holding the area pretty securely here. JST trying to do everything it can to get the garrison as low as possible, but 93T basically owns the field here on the top lane. Still no capture on this. There we go. They need to have a garrison in there quickly because JST has arrived. Juan is not the best choice, but he's the first one that got there, which is surprising considering. There you go. There's the Jan garrison going in there. Now, again, 2 and 2 right now. This Zenobia looking a little suspect at the moment. The JST team holding enough pressure on this to keep the health bar going lower and lower and not allowing the Zenobia swap out, as we look to see maybe some more garrison reinforcements come in for 93T. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not seeing a whole lot coming for 93T. JST should be able to clean this up within 1 minute and 40 seconds and be able to grab this back. Now, conversely, we do have 93T coming over here to address the altar that they're supposed to own. 1.5 minutes remains until the first occupation score points do get scored. Again, this is a big whopping 750 points for the team that gets to secure these altars. It's looking a little more safe for JST on the bottom lane than it is for 93T on the top lane. Just like that, look at that. JST takes their desert altar back on the top lane. No reinforcements coming in at least not immediately, for 93T. I'm curious if they're going to start sending to the middle instead. That likely is going to be the case. Problem is JST has already started doing that as well, at least with one player here with a couple marches. Not sure what he's going to be able to do there in the middle, but he's going to try and get some work done. Jan holding this Desert Altar very firmly. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swarming marches, but they're all nearly dead except for this Joan Prime, which is only half dead, but this Jan should hold up very strongly to this assault. 2 minutes, 20 seconds until first occupation score points are scored. These three players here, these three marches here, I should say, 4 marches, are positioning over here to try and maybe coordinate for another attack on the Desert Altar as people start going to the middle for the JST blue team here on the top lane. But I don't think it's going to be enough, just simply because they do have their tower there, seeing exactly what's going on, knowing what's going on, and seeing that the majority of the marches are going to the middle. I'm not sure if these are supposed to be for a flanking maneuver or something like that. We do see the visibility of JST seeing these 2 marches over here. So this is not going to be, this is kind of an odd thing. There we go. We do see that JST has visibility on these 2 marches over here. So they know that there's some hidden maneuvering happening as 93T tries to position for possibly a little bit of a sneak attack. But JST holding firm over here, understanding what could possibly be going down. So while they go to the middle, while both teams start to assemble in the middle, looks like JST is holding that area pretty strongly. Now again, Desert Altar down here is now back in red. These points have not been scored yet, I don't believe. Maybe they did. Probably should have paid a little bit closer attention to that. I apologize. I will say though that again, this is now going back to the desert, to the red team here. 93T getting secure. They're securing their Desert Altar and evening the map up basically. Ooh, just as soon as I say that, Sky Altar on the bottom lane taken by 93T. Uneven again is the map. Now, Guan Garrison isn't going to do the trick, but enough are over here to be able to at least hold this and cause a little bit of problems as JST looks to maybe move into the middle and, again, secure the first arc. Speaking of the arc, we do have both teams really getting close up here, specifically 93T really getting into the middle a little bit more coordinated, a little bit more quickly. But we do see JST following suit. Lots of marches coming in from the middle as well as both lanes on the bottom and on the top. And we do see those marches that were trying to sit over here and provide a little bit of damage during the middle movement towards the arc fight. They are coming over here to engage some of the players that were sitting over here trying to make sure that this doesn't get taken in the middle. Desert Altar on the top lane is about to be secured for first occupation score points. There it is. Desert Altar on the top lane does provide those 750 towards JST. Rally is coming in from Moo from 93T, but again, not quite enough. I don't know if they're going to have enough to really secure this, especially with a rally going down here to the Shrine of War as well. Maybe they break that to try and help reinforce and keep this Desert Altar. Now again, this Sky Altar could be a little bit of a distraction for JST. JST looking to make a move here to the middle while 93T is taking some points over here on the left side and trying to secure the Sky Altar. They're at least going to deny these points for 2 minutes plus 3 minutes to secure. And then we're looking at total vision here. Okay, so that means the mid-fight looks to maybe start to pop off. So let's jump to the middle here. 93T with Dust Up on their troops. Same thing with JST. We do have total vision being used by both teams as well. JST looking to continue to ball up here as 93T has a little bit of a superior position in front of the temple, moving as one. Very strong coordination by the red team, 93T. Do see JST again holding firm in their spot, maybe backing up just a little bit while this one player decides to go the opposite direction. We do have red players coming from the top lane as well, so this could provide a little bit of distraction for this mid-fight. This is exactly what you want to see if you're a red team player here or a red team fan. We have nice, solid marches coming in to flank these reinforcements coming in for JST. Maybe a little bit behind what maybe I would have liked to have seen, but that means that we're going to be pushing. So pushing is starting. 93T pushing on to JST. JST spreading out a little bit to do a nice concave on this front line of 93T. And here we go. We see the match really kicking off here in the bottom of your screen here. We do have now 3 altars in favor of JST as this fight kicks off. We do see quite a few members of JST starting to peel back as they get defeated on the open field. Same thing happening now for 93T. It's kind of an even fight right now. We're going to start to see some chunks of marches go home with sad faces here momentarily. 93T maybe losing a little bit more right here at the very beginning, but still a very even fight. I do see a lot more 93T on the field than I do see on the field for JST. JST still pouring marches in from the middle and top lanes. This could mean a difference between the middle fight getting cleared out a little more quickly than the blue team would have liked. 93T trying to take the arc as it starts to spawn. We do have both team members here. Oh, that one actually got pulled off a little bit. So JST is going to grab this at first and start to move this back as much as possible, or at least attempt to move. Now it immediately got dropped. So no movement for the JST team that had the arc runner. But again, it did go up and above where the arc spawns. So that's a little bit of a movement, even though it doesn't really seem like it. We do have 93T moving the arc back down towards the temple here. And it looks like 93T is starting to really win this open field fight here. If we zoom out, we do see a lot more red marches than we see blue. But blue is coming in here to try and do a little bit of a reinforcement second attack. The problem is that there's a bit of a swarm here with the red team, and all the marches that are starting to go now are the original marches that were here from JST. And as those AoEs are going off from 93T, they're just smacking all the marches coming in to reinforce. And just like that, it looks like the blue marches are starting to get cleared from the open field. JST losing this first fight on this first arc. Now, conversely, again, we're looking at these altars here. All 4 altars are blue in the middle of that fight. They at least disrupted, and it looks like now they're going to actually start to gain points as they keep these buildings ticking in their favor. Let's check the arc runner here. Very clear on the arc run here. We do have a half dead march with Joan Prime primary. It's not the worst case in the world. There's some good march speed there, and they do have the charge talent activated, I'm assuming. We do also see marches coming out to address what looks to be a devastating defeat here for 93T from JST, holding these Desert Altar here on the bottom lane and the Sky Altar on the top lane. Those are both supposed to be red. JST taking advantage of the middle fight and taking both of these altars in turn. This is going to help lessen the blow of potentially losing that first arc fight as this arc carrier goes and rounds the bend over here on the mountain range. We do see a lot of 93T with decent sized marches, although most of them are half dead at least. We do see some decent marches though coming in here as well. JST looking to come and reinforce here from the bottom lane starting area and the obelisk area. Looking to maybe keep this building a little bit longer and tick some points in their favor. Right now they are leading by 700 points. A lot of that has to do, again, with being able to take these buildings away during the mid-fight and stop the points generating. These are 150 points per minute each. So every minute this goes by, 300 points goes towards the blue team instead of the red team. That's a huge, huge swing every single minute this is allowed to take place. Almost 1,000 point lead now, again, for JST, but this arc runner is holding 3,000 points in its back pocket. This is a little boost for 93T to be able to take the lead in this matchup as we go towards the second phase of this match. Now, it's curious to see if Mr. Moo, is going to be taking this and capturing it quickly, or if he's going to hold it. Looks like he's going to hold it at least for a little bit. I'd look to see maybe him do it to let 93T reset, because, again, they want to get their altars back. They want to reset and start sending rallies before they capture this. And again, that will dictate the pace of play, which is, again, a very strong benefit of getting the arc in your favor. You can dictate the pace of play, seeing how many arcs are going to be captured, seeing how many arcs are going to be up to be contested, all those good things. Now, we do see 93T going back at a pretty solid clip, but they do have a lot of people here to swarm this Jadwiga garrison down. I think that there may be just enough here to take it before JST comes over here to do the reinforcements, although we do have 2 big marches coming in here to reinforce, coming in hot, and it may be enough to keep these little ones trickling back in. This could be a good hold here if we see these marches go in, and just like that, Jadwiga gets a much-needed garrison infusion from the members coming up from the obelisk area for JST. Now, this arc carrier is under assault here from XOXO and JST, but it's not going to be quite enough, I don't think. And again, it's basically in the capture area for the red team. So that's pretty much secured for the most part, unless some crazy shenanigans happen. Let's take a look at the Sky Altar on the top lane, see how much better that one's doing. It is fully surrounded by 93T, but again, Heraclius trying to hold firm here. JST trying to do the same thing they're doing at the Desert Altar, although I don't know if they're going to be able to do it at this one, because again, there's just not as much. Ooh, if they can get this one in there, that might buy enough time for the rest of them coming in. We'll have to see how this plays out. Arc Carrier still alive with 12,000 troops. Look at that guy coming in strong. We do have Jadwiga still holding firm here. This is incredible. What an incredible hold from JST. Now, again, Heraclius did go down in favor of 93T, so that timer is reset. But look at the points now. We're looking at about 1,100 point, I'm sorry, a 2,000 point matchup in favor of JST currently. But again, 3,000 points in the pocket of 93T to capture at their disposal. Now, the longer this holds, this Jadwiga holds, and it looks like it's holding pretty strong considering the health bar here. This is causing more and more points to go in the direction of JST and minimizing the effects of that arc capture by 93T. 93T does continue to hold this with 10 minutes remaining until it respawns. And we're going to be looking to see some very strong gameplay here on the next arc as it spawns after this one is captured. We do see more marches coming in for JST, really just here to be fodder inside of the garrison, just keeping hold of this desert altar, capturing point after point after point. And wow, I mean, JST's done such a great job. Heraclius again goes down, and now 93T gets their desert altar back. The timer begins. 2 minutes until this starts ticking in favor of the 93T red team. But again, the damage is done. 2,600 point delta in favor of JST right now. Once this is captured, it'll basically be an even match. It should almost be identical, to be honest with you. Mr. Moo on the move with the arc. Going to capture possibly? No, just doing a little bit more movement. We do see some harassment here on the bottom lane, but holding that Shrine of Life very strong is 93T. We do see, again, some more Shrine of Life action on the top lane here. We see more and more marches coming in from both teams here. Sky Altar, defended by JST as well. We have more marches coming over here to try and secure this Yan-led garrison desert altar as they continue to wait for this 1 minute timer to go ahead and tick down and start generating some points. Almost a 3,000 point match. JST looking to even this thing up before the arc is captured. 8 minutes remains until this arc is captured. Or 8 minutes remain until the arc resets. JST making big moves here, trying to come down on the desert altar again. This is the typical response from JST. They like to disrupt point generation, even if they don't win the mid fights, which they do typically win against normal opponents. 93T being a very above average, strong mid fight team, very good open field led team. So JST not easily able to win those mid fights. Like you saw just a moment ago in the mid-fight where this first arc was captured by 93T. We do see more 93T looking to head the people off at the pass that were looking to come down here at the desert altar with the rally coming in from SSS No on JST, trying to come in here and swarm this thing down. Now, a bit of a miscue here. 93T letting the blue marches open field come through here, although again, most of them are almost dead, so that's a good thing for 93T with good reinforcements coming in as well from Ultima and Nelson. We do see good reinforcements coming in, so that's actually going to work out very beautifully for 93T, assuming they have better reinforcements coming in as well. On the bottom here, JST continuing to pour marches over here. This was normally supposed to be people who are trying to jump into the garrison having been freshly grabbed away from 93T, but 93T holding firm here and has plenty of marches here to reinforce if they do it properly. Rally going by from 93T, Henry led. It's going to be a Henry led archer rally. That's going to go towards the Shrine of War. 6 minutes 40 seconds until this arc is captured. I'm curious why they're not capturing this. I think that 93T might have held this for a little too long. I'm not sure if they want to just have maybe 2 or 3 arcs winnable in this match, and that's why they're holding it. The strategy is there in place, and this is all happening for a reason. So this is their strategy. Shrine of Life being successfully defended again by 93T. This desert altar is under a little bit of duress, but again, there's plenty of 93T around here, as long as they're not just sitting on the open field. There we go. Doing something. You should be able to reinforce these pretty well. The swarm is strong, but I think there's plenty of marches over here for 93T to be able to successfully defend this. Again, nice reinforcement there going into the Yon-led garrison. Shrine of War, again, being successfully defended as well. This player here being able to swarm down the Henry Rally. Again, Henry Rally, fairly squishy, does some decent counterattack damage. Now, JST really putting some strong resources into taking the Sky Altar. JST is looking to take this away from 93T, but 93T not having anything of it. There's a mixed troop double C garrison reinforcement coming in there. That's an interesting one to see. We do still see the arc carrier holding firm right beside these three cities in between. Mr. Moo looking to make some moves. 5 minutes until this arc respawns and gives nobody points. In the meantime, now a 3,300 point match in favor of JST. So even after this capture, JST will have the point lead by at least 300 points. Points per minute wise, relatively even. 440 points per minute versus 420. 20 points in favor of the blue team. We do see another Yon coming in here to swap out. Very strong garrison swapping for the red team. That's a great play. Now again, Desert Altar goes down 20 seconds ago or so in favor of 93T. JST losing this, and again, this is exactly what you want to see if you're a red team fan. 93T disrupting the point generation, trying to bring this back closer to a 3,000 point match. So when they capture this arc, it'll go back to even, and it's like nothing happened in the last 20 minutes. We do see the Desert Altar holding firm for 93T at least for almost a minute. This may actually start generating some points for 93T, which would be great to help close that gap we were talking about earlier. 3,300 point lead right now in favor of JST. Minute remains until this starts ticking points for 93T. Sky Altar, on the other hand, is under heavy assault, like we said earlier, but appropriate response from 93T being able to control this area, and plenty of reinforcements coming in to be able to hold this firmly as it continues to fight off the onslaught from JST. JST looking to come in here and try and do some work to get their building back. 30 seconds remain until this starts ticking points for 93T, and at least one tick may go on. We have a rally plus some swarm area here. This looks like it will go down. It's just a matter of how quickly. Heraclius is the choice now for the garrison. Surprising. I think that you would want the heal from Zenobia, unless the equipment for this Heraclius is better. 4, 3, 2, 1. Points generated for the red team, and that'll immediately go back to the Desert Altar. Good timing. Ooh, Obelisk captured by 93T using some T4 marches that are likely also harassing the outposts over here. Obelisk is taken. That will prevent teleports happening for 2 minutes down here in the bottom lane. We do see a few more cities still needing to be teleported out. So that could be a little bit of a annoyance for JST. No rush for JST to grab this back, which is kind of curious. That Julius Caesar could have taken that. Somebody could take it. It's currently red. It needs to be blue. I think most of the JST players agree with that. They should be able to grab that hopefully pretty quickly, but they're joining rallies instead of tapping this. Looks like a scout coming in from Holder. I would have just sent a march and tapped it. Save some of that time. Here comes Joker Strike coming in here finally saying, all right, guys, I'll come all the way back and do it myself. There's the arc carrier again, sitting pretty still. 2 minutes remain until this arc respawns. JST recapturing their obelisk, but losing about 40 seconds of teleport time plus the 2 minutes it takes to take it. So 3 minute disruption that cost them 60 points and basically 3 minutes to be able to teleport down here on the bottom lane. So annoying would be a good keyword for that. Big movements here from 93T coming in on the top lane towards the Desert Altar of JST. This just went back blue and is still counting down for JST to be able to get some points generated from this building, but 93T not giving them any rest. We do see marches coming in heavily from 93T to try and take this back and disrupt the point generation. And just like that, it's looking like JST took the bait there and pulled away from the Desert Altar and now gave the opportunity for 93T to move up towards the Desert Altar right beside it. 10 seconds almost remain until this starts ticking points for JST. We do also see the Shrine of Life here at the top. Looks like it will go down in favor of the red team. 93T about to take it. There we go. That's 93T's Shrine of Life now, just before a heavy assault starts to take place at the Desert Altar right above. 48 seconds until the Ark respawns. To me, this just, it makes it too much to chance. What happens if the player disconnects? What happens if they have a rainstorm in it and it kills their internet connection? What happens if the tower, if they're mobile, goes down? There we go. They heard me talking. I needed them to capture that for my own sanity. And just like that, the Ark is captured. It is now, again, a little bit of a lead for 93T. 200 points, roughly, in favor of 93T. This is such a very close matchup. And, again, we knew that going into that, right? That was part of our talk track as we kind of went into this match, as we waited for it to start. This match is one of the closer matches we've seen in finals history for Osiris League, and this is going to be one that's going to go down to the wire, and I feel like both teams have an equal chance really to win this matchup as we go into possibly round 3 of the finals for Osiris League Season 7. We might get a third match here, and I think we would all be the better for it. If 93T is able to pull out the victory today, that will stretch this to a 3-game finals. And we do see 93T capturing this Desert Altar from JST. Again, this is huge. Look at the capturing here. We do have a split on the altars, but both shrines are also on the red team's color here. 93T making some solid moves as they captured that Ark of Osiris. And just like that, we're going to start to see a little bit of a breakout of points here, because points per minute are definitely going to be in favor of, as you can see, 93T. 180 points per minute are in favor of 93T right now. So every minute that goes by, they're starting to stretch this lead. 400, almost 400 points right now. So every minute that goes by, we might start to see it creep towards a 1,000-point lead as we go into this next Ark fight. Sky Altar on the top lane does go down again in favor of JST. But again, this is going to be something that 93T looks to press and try and get back as the mid fight starts to unfold. Boudica Prime, not the best garrison choice, but probably the best one they have available. We do have an XY coming in here hot. We do have a double C primary coming in hot. That's not going to be enough to save this, I think. Let's check the Shrine of War here. JST taking that back. Shrine of Life. JST looking to take this back. Looks like it will. But again, this Desert Altar is key. This Desert Altar is going to start ticking points for the red team, 93T. JST trying to do everything it can to get it back. 6 minutes until the Ark spawns in the middle again. I would look to see both teams starting to move to the middle in about 2 minutes. Heraclius Garrison again, 493T. Rally coming in, mixed troop rally. Mixed troop JST rally, that's unfortunate. Heraclius coming in. You don't need mixed troops to kill mixed troops, I promise you. But there is enough marches here from JST to be able to take this back eventually. It's just a matter of how long it takes. 6 seconds until a point tick is generated for 93T. And there you go. Another point is ticked for 93T. So now we are seeing a 600-point match in favor of the red team. As we start to see the middle fight start to pull together. See Star coming over here to congregate. Get to the middle. Both of the addressed altars are now in the correct color that they should be. We do see JST making some moves over here in where the 93T area normally is to get together, looking to disrupt the gathering of the 93T players to go into the middle. There's plenty of marches here to do just that. In fact, they could attack this, and it would be a relatively even fight, and that would again disrupt some players here. Now, again, the question is, 93T from here is closer than JST is closer from all the way up here. So it may, even if they kill each other, it may end up favoring 93T because the reinforcement time is just quicker. JST pulling back, probably realizing that, or at least knowing that ahead of time, and me just realizing that. JST coming over here to try and get in front of the temple. Again, 93T did that last time to great effect, was able to go ahead and keep the temple area pretty clean and win that Ark fight relatively quickly. Now, Sky Altar does go down in favor of 93T as well, just like it did before. 93T took this Sky Altar right before the Ark fight happened in the middle, but JST coming to the middle a little earlier this time, 3,500 points are up for grabs in this next arc spawn, which happens in 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Now, 93T doing a little bit of poking here as more and more marches come in here to start to get together. Now, 2 separate areas for staging. 93T looking to ball up first, then come to the middle. That's probably not a bad idea, as JST is fairly far forward as they're starting to come together. Now, again, I would start coming together a little bit better than this. It's very spread out for the blue team, and I think they're just about to do that, to be honest with you, right beside the temple here. I think right there would be a good spot. Make 93T come into you. If 93T gets together first and then pushes right now, it's going to be a bit of a show here in the middle, because JST is not fully together yet. Even though they have a lot of marches here, they're not fully together yet in their typical very tight ball as the Temple of Osiris starts to release its bounty. Now, Sky Altar, again, being very favorably held by 93T here. Not a whole lot coming in for JST to address this. They may actually hold this for the duration of the fight in the middle. Now, conversely, Sky Altar, or Shrine of Life on the top, also being taken by 93T, but Shrine of Life on the bottom being taken by JST, just not very strongly. That could probably be taken back relatively easily. We do see both teams starting to do a little bit of shouting across the way. This hidden sentry being very hidden for JST. JST getting the full view of 93T. Let's see what 93T sees. 93T, ooh. A little bit of view by Popo. I think that's the reason why he's over there, is to give some view to 93T of the mid-fight. Luckily, we get to see both. So here we are. By the way, all 4 altars are currently red. 93T taking a very strong structure game stand before this arc spawns. Dust Up being used by both teams. JST using Total Vision again. I'd like to see another mirror by 93T, or it could be to the death. And here's the mid-fight as it breaks out. Very, very low in the lane. JST needing farther reinforcement, by the way. I don't know if I necessarily like this move, just simply because, again, the reinforcement range is a much longer for JST than it is for 93T. And if this ends up being an equal-ish type fight, the favor goes to the red team. They're closer. The fight's closer to the red team's side by a decent chunk. It's a half a screen, which usually takes about 20 to 30 seconds. You can see here, this march is coming in 10 seconds. It's going to take 10 seconds to get all the way over here. I'm seeing more JST in this fight, though. Lots of marches going back for 93T. But again, look at the map. 93T has really taken advantage and moved some marches to try and hold all these forward bases. And every home structure, except for this Shrine of Life, excuse me, is in favor of 93T. 93T really did a great job there. Takes it back again. Mid-fight is won by JST, though. Now peeling out, as they should. Still 18 seconds until this arc spawns. There's plenty of time. There could possibly be a second major fight for this arc. It's not over yet. But again, in the meantime, look at the points. We have 2,200 points in favor of the red team. And even if they lose this, by the time the arc gets captured, this may be a 4,000 point match in favor of the red team. And it'll be looking very strong. Shrine of War, still under assault. Trying to get this building back. Desert Altar does go down in favor of JST as the marches come over from the middle to help. Now the Desert Altar of 93T is under assault, although again, because the fight was so early, 93T is able to fully address this from their bottom lane obelisk area. This Henry surprisingly holding up longer than it should. And Sky Altar on the bottom lane does go down in favor of the blue team. So JST reeling it back in from a structure game standpoint. Also winning that mid-fight. Again, holding the arc and carrying it currently. More marches coming in from 93T to slow and harass. We do see 93T coming up for a counter punch up here by the Shrine of War. This could be a huge play for 93T as we look to see JST looks to see this arc carrier go back in a favorable direction. Both sides pushing heavy towards their respective buildings beside this middle lane because they want to see if it decide to change directions and go top or bottom. Jokes on everybody. JST looking to take it back towards the outpost instead. And also JST looking to, they need to congregate here. They need to get in front of this wave of 93T with a quickness, as 93T looks to position itself favorably to try and take this arc away from JST. JST doing a great job of clearing out the pokers and prodders over here from 93T, trying to harass in the middle lane. And they may just take this right back to the outpost and capture it. Plenty of marches coming over here from 93T, though, not being addressed quickly enough from JST. And just like that, here we go. The marches coming out from the middle. Those are almost all dead, though. Almost all of these are dead. And they're just going to walk right through, so they're not going to cause a whole lot of damage to these marches. And that will likely drop the arc carrier. We do have a double C here sitting ready. He's going to try and get to half health at least to activate the charge talent as well. It's a smart move. Lily coming over here. Or Lili. We do see the arc carrier going closer and closer to this outpost. Arc carrier is down. Arc is available for capture from both teams. Hidden sentry being used on the bottom lane. Now we see 93T trying to take this outpost away from the Guan-led garrison here. Looks relatively even, although it's starting to get swarmed now. Arc is moving and heading towards that Guan. If it can hold, this arc carrier should be able to just drop it right on in. Now, I'm curious if they're going to try and drop it in or if they're going to play dangerously. I think they should just drop it in. Arc is captured by JST. So now they lead by about 130 points. This is literally going to go down to the wire, everybody. I really hope you're enjoying this matchup. I really hope you're excited to see who's going to be the victor of this match just as much as I am, because I'm really looking forward to seeing who's going to win this thing. This is so back and forth. Both teams winning by 200 points or less, 600 points or less. Both teams winning the structure game on the occasion. Both teams winning one arc apiece, although that second arc is worth 500 points more. So technically, JST is winning the arc game at the moment. But we will see one more arc. 17 minutes remain in this matchup. 7 minutes until the arc spawns. Desert Altar over here will likely go down to the red team, which will give the red team 93T all 4 altars if this is not reinforced very quickly. We do have a nice rally plus swarm on this, so it will go down. There it goes. All 4 altars are red right now, guys, and this one will start ticking points in 1 minute 30 seconds with plenty of 93T over here to do a little bit of damage in the meantime. Henry-led garrison holding firm as well on the top lane. All 4 altars currently red. That's great for 93T fans. JST looking to address this again as they look to maybe go to the middle here very shortly. I don't know if JST wanted to capture that so quickly, but it looked like they needed to because it was just under such assault. This outpost is very dangerous, as we know. We've seen many Ark of Osiris and Osiris League matches sway one way or the other because people got a little fancy being around the outpost, and it ended up switching to the opposite direction. Obelisk areas for both sides here, looking to pour out troops to get these buildings back. Shrine of War is under assault as well, though it looks like it'll be relatively well defended. This needs to probably hop in there, or at least this one. More marches coming over here from 93T as well, though they're both almost dead, but 4 altars remain again for the 93T team. Desert Altar ticking down. 1 minute remains until that starts ticking points for 93T. 26 seconds until this Heraclius-held garrison starts ticking points for 93T. This is a great move by 93T to try and even up this score here. 300 points in favor of 93T now. Almost 400 points, excuse me. 400-point lead for 93T. I may have misspoke earlier and said that JST was winning. 93T is currently winning. 5 seconds until this ticks another point. Every little point counts, guys. Look at, I mean, we're literally staring at a 500-point match. Every minute of tick that they get from 150 points here for these altars is crucial. And right now, these points are not generating for JST. They're generating now for 93T. 93T is currently getting these points. JST is peeling back. That's odd. Am I missing something? They don't want this building back so quickly? Desert Altar does go down in favor of JST. 1 minute 45 seconds until it starts taking points again for them, but more marches coming in for 93T. Also, the middle fight is going to start kicking off here momentarily. 93T has arrived a little earlier than has JST, although it's only with a couple different players, not everybody. There is a nice side swipe coming in like we saw on the first match, the first fight of the match, or the middle arc. Marches coming down for JST. Again, this was surprising. I did not expect these marches to just give up that altar area in favor of returning to their city and reinforcing the mid fight. I guess that's the discipline required. I would have taken this. I would have tried to take this back. Heraclius trying to hold as best he can, but this likely will go down in favor of JST here momentarily. As soon as this goes down, we will hop to the middle. This basically is going to be the match, guys. And even then, now a 1,300 point match in favor of 93T. JST needs this arc to win this match and secure the victory in the finals and get their second Osiris League championship. But 93T making it very difficult for them. In fact, leading this match currently by 1,300 points as 13 minutes ticks down to signal the conclusion of this amazing match that we're watching. 93T defeating two-time season champion 1V here already to get to the finals and face JST, and they're proving that they deserve to be here. My goodness. They're giving JST everything they can handle and then some. JST winning the first match, but this second match is looking very favorable for 93T. Now a 1,400 point lead currently in favor of the red team. JST doing a great job of securing the Sky Altar over here, doing what 93T just did to them. I think 93T is sending everybody to the middle, understanding that this mid fight really is key. Now, we've seen 1V see this opportunity and go heavy on the structures and end up tacking on 10,000 points to their total doing it. But JST coming into the middle, maybe a little bit slower than 93T. 93T very much having the dominating force right now in the middle, just south of the Temple of Osiris, where the arc will spawn in just under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Hidden sentries being placed across the map, trying to get visibility. Ooh. Hidden sentries on top of each other. Mr. Moo trying to take down, and it does take down that. Wow. That was a great move by Mr. Moo there. XY. His XY taking down that sentry being placed by JST. Limiting visibility. A little bit at least. And now that gives the positioning for 93T to be able to maybe posture a little farther forward on the temple. Now the Sky Altar is looking very blue here. The rally by itself may actually end up doing the job, especially if this Yon comes over here and maybe taps it a few times. That's exactly what's going to happen. Dust Up being used. That means that we are about to see this thing kick off. We do see 93T using Dust Up, slowing the reinforcement of JST coming in. And again, those marches that were sitting over here in waiting for 93T, coming over to harass the marches coming into the middle and killing quite a few troops here. This just needs to be addressed by a few marches coming in by JST, not allowing marches just to get free hits on the reinforcing marches coming for JST. Now, 93T still pouring into the middle pretty heavily. JST trying to do the same, but only with one march with 23,000 troops. Not going to do the job. Both teams using Dust Up. I'm sorry. I take that back. That's interesting. Here we go. March to the death being used by 93T. Big engagement. To the death being used by JST. Is Heaven's Grace used? Do they have enough points for it? I think 93T got the good jump on there to the death. They were right on top of JST as it was being cast. And they're going to get a good surge of skill damage coming in from all these AoEs to send, you can see, these marches home with sad faces. You'll see a little bit of that too on the red team, but it looks like maybe, again, 93T got a great skill jump on the damage And just like that, it's looking like 93T is going to dominate this mid-fight very early on. Let's zoom out and see the dots. There's still plenty of JST here, but 93T is sending back JST at a quicker clip, in my opinion. 5 seconds until the arc spawns as well. This is going to be crazy. 2, 1. Let's see if there's a bunch of grabbers here. There's a grabber. There's a grabber. There's a grabber. Who's it going to be? Who's going to grab it first? Now we're starting to see more 93T go back quickly. JST starting to change this fight. JST starting to shift it. And it looks like JST will actually win this mid-fight. Surviving the initial punch of 93T, which looked very dominating. JST has the arc and is moving it. Now again, JST looked to have the upper hand towards the beginning of that fight. Now I do see an extra march or an extra altar in favor of the red team, 93T. Let's go back to the middle here and see the arc get carried. Now I look to see JST really capture this as quickly as possible. Obviously there's really no reason to delay. It is a 1,300 point match still in favor of 93T. This could be the winning move for JST to win this round and win this season's Realm of Horus Osiris League Championship. Doko Napi carrying JST's hopes and dreams for this season in his hands with 15,000, 4,000, 3,000, and dead. That Joan Prime delaying with the final spears coming from the heavens. We do see the Shrine of Life under assault as well, but 93T holding it firmly. This Sky Altar in the bottom lane was retaken by JST and is now going to start pushing likely on structures as they look to continue to... This is a lot of blue, guys. They may just take it back to the outpost again. This is going to be critical. If they take it to the outpost, they may actually make it before the red team reinforcements can come in and have any kind of impact. They need to kill these marches that are squeaking through here. Mr. Moo trying to do everything he can to delay. If he can delay, that may give the opportunity for all these red marches that are going to be coming in to make it to the outpost area. Here comes another player. That's going to go down for sure. But there's plenty of people here to be able to pick it up and take it over here to the outpost. Looks like a quick Guan garrison coming in here as the double C primary looks to maybe reinforce. There you go. So likely will hop out as the arc carrier comes over to the outpost if it's blue. Should be blue. 93T looking to maybe push the structure game. We still have 7 minutes left. If you can start disrupting some points, again, they still have a, wow, almost 2,000 point lead. Maybe some provisions came back for 93T. That bumped up pretty quickly. 93T with a 2,000 point lead right now. But again, 4,000 points this arc will provide. And 93T doing a great job of delaying. I mean, they're not going to delay it. They're not going to be able to delay it from being captured here. But if they can delay it to where they can let more troops come in here to harass and maybe take it back, that's possible. But right now, it's 2,100 point lead in favor of 93T. But there's the capture for JST. JST now takes the lead by 2,000 points. And now it's a 6-minute game. 2,000 points is nothing, people. Provisions will definitely address that. We also see some structure madness right now with this Desert Altar going down in favor of the red team. That's 150 points per minute. If they keep it for 6 minutes, that's almost 1,000 points, guys. That's a huge boon for the red team. JST needs to secure their areas. They need to make sure that they're bringing in their provisioners properly. There will be no more arcs captured or spawned. I don't see much provisions here on the back end for the red team either. So they've been provisioning quite well. And you can see 2 right here. Still happening. Now, this Desert Altar fight is going to be critical. JST needs to take this back quickly. They can't allow the Tigers from 93 to be able to hold 3 altars at the end of this match. Right now, it's starting to close up already. Points per minute wise, again, 530 for 93T, 440 now for JST. That just ticked up, which is a good thing for them because they were starting to lose some headway from the arc capture that they just captured. Right now, it's a 1,700 point match. in favor of the blue team, which is the first time they've taken the lead here since probably the very beginning of the match before the first arc spawn. And 93T looking to do everything they can to minimize that point total. This is their season. Both teams looking to secure either a win for the victory for the season or to secure a win so that they can fight another day next week. This is huge. This Desert Altar needs to be taken. If you're a blue team member, you need to be taking this back. This is a big deal. Now, oh no, look at the JST losing the Sky Altar on the bottom lane as well. This is critical for 93T. They may be able to absolutely come back and win this match from a structure game standpoint. The arc points not being enough, that could be possible. We see all 4 altars currently in favor of 93T. Heraclius holding and holding strong. We do have the bottom lane here, Heraclius as well. 93T holding as best as possible, although I do see a lot more JST here on the bottom lane, but damage is done. That's at least 3 or 4 minutes of points not being generated for JST, and that's huge. We have a point per minute total, 680 to 260. That is 420 points per minute. With 4 minutes, that is 1,400 points. And guess what? It is a 1,400 point match. If both of these altars are secured and held by 93T for at least another minute or two, this could be the end of JST's match this week, and we will see a third match. It is now almost a 1,000 point lead. Provisions are going to play a huge part in this matchup. Is there any provisions coming back for JST? Is there more provisions coming back for 93T? I think there is. So these 4 altars, now it's blue. That helps a little bit, but again, 530 to 290, that's still a delta of 240 points per minute, and there's still 3 minutes left in this match. It is a 1,100 point match in favor of JST right now. JST doing everything they can to take their buildings back, and they do. Sky Altar on the bottom lane is now blue and being held by a Henry. That will likely get changed. We do have JST holding with an XY over here. This hopefully for a blue team will change if you're a blue team fan. Looks like 93T losing their marches here, so JST securing this area, but Shrine of Wardo's down now in favor of 93T. And again, the point disruption is really the main point here. 900 point difference right now in favor of 93T. I'm sorry, in favor of JST. 93T now 500 point difference in favor of JST. 400 point difference in favor of JST. It is going down quickly, and every minute that goes by, these points per minute make a huge difference. 560 to 180. That's a big delta with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left in this match. 400 points are what separates these two teams. I'm looking to see if we see a lot of big provisioning marches coming back for JST. There's lots of provisioning happening, but it looks like they've relatively started recently. This shrine still in favor of the red team. It is now a 250. It is now a 100 point lead. It is now a 500 point lead in favor of the red team. Now 93T taking the lead with 1 minute 45 remaining. Provisions coming in for the red team, and now the red team is winning. Dust up used by by JST, trying to delay the carriers of provisions coming back for 93T. But again, 600 points currently in favor of 93T. And again, points per minute wise, it's favoring 93T. So these need to be provisioning points coming in for JST if JST is going to win this matchup. 93T has the points per minute advantage, although it's slowing down now, but still has a points per minute advantage. It's currently a 386 point lead. Now it's a 1,000 point lead. Oh, no. It is a 600 point lead in favor of 93T with 1 minute remaining in this matchup. This is going down to the wire, folks. 400 points in favor of 93T. Points per minute wise, dust up being used by 93T now as well. 400 points again, 440 points in favor of 93T. 450 points in favor of 93T. 30 seconds remain. Do we see marches coming back? Oh, I don't see anything coming back for JST. 93T may have done it. This is not a provisioning march. 93T may have done it, folks. Oh, they've done it. Look at that. That's a 600-point win in favor of 93T, even though they didn't get that last arc. 93T securing the victory. Look at that. Victory for the red team, 93T. Total kills relatively even, although a good 8 million buffer for 93T. Arc of Osiris, JST takes the victory, but occupation score and provisions win the day for the Scuffed Tigers of Kingdom 93. Units healed, both investing heavily. Wow, what a matchup, guys. This was an incredible match. And I got to tell you, this was one of the ones for the ages. Down to the wire. What was it? 700 points separated the winner from the loser. And we will get a third week of JST versus 93T to see who is the champion for the realm of Horus. With that being said, hope you guys had a great match. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. See you guys next time. Cheers. Have a good one and take care.